Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 2 vs 2 breakthrough game on Tsel, and in this one I'm using the 78 Sturm on the Axis side on defense. I'm joined by James, who is using the 5th Panzer, and on the Soviet side on offense we have Captain Feeney and Awokado, who are both using the 2nd Guards. So since I showed you guys a defense with the Soviet infantry division, I thought it only right to do the same with the German division, the German infantry division. And where defense is their strength, it made sense to play on the defensive side. So I'm just going to keep it sped up in the deployment, and when the game starts we'll hide the panel and I'll go through the majority of my forces. But one thing to note is that on my side of things, I am playing as an infantry division, so I actually have access to these AT bunkers, and these AT bunkers can be incredibly strong. Over on James's side of things, he actually doesn't have bunkers. He's going to have to rely on his heavy tanks, his Panthers, and his Tigers. So let's just start to go through some of this stuff briefly. You can see I've placed down some barbed wire over on the far left. This is going to hopefully create some sort of tank trap sort of kill zone. I've actually got a Pack 37mm here that's firing across to the left side. It's also joined by an IG which has a few heat rounds, but mainly just there to cover against infantry. We've got a couple of ersatz on the far left side just to make sure that we control the front line on that side of things. Let me just put it to my point of view now and I'll go through the rest of the defences. So yeah, these ersatz are keeping this trench warm for us until we get another Panzerschreck squad. We've got a Panzerschreck squad up in this trench, which are going to be well hidden, able to kill any T-34s or whatever that comes down the road, and some barbed wire just to stop any quick advance down by the side of the river. We've got some Battlegroup Pioneer in there. Then we've got another Panzerschreck, which is kind of hidden just behind this. It's got a really tricky line of sight, actually. This was a really nicely placed Panzerschreck. Anything that comes around here should take a Panzerschreck to the face. We've got a couple of barbed wire on the left side behind it just to slow down any vehicles that do make it past. We have another bit of barbed wire covering off the front of these trees, and Ersatz sitting in a trench behind with a couple of bunker MG42s. We see a Katyusha coming at the start that hits this Pack 50mm that's covering the main road across this bridge. We've also got another Pack 40 actually up on the hill that has shots over onto this road and down the bridge as well. This Pack 40 again the same. And we've got another Panzerschreck in a trench. I really like this combination. Just it gives them a place to hide, and it's actually really difficult to spot the Panzerschreck squads in the trenches. So to the enemy, it just looks like it's a random trench. Now we're seeing another Katyusha fire away though. The Pack 50mm going to get pinned down, and Awokado is going to make a strong push onto this with multiple T-34s. He's also backed up by Captain Feeney, who are both going to attack exactly the same place. So going to go for a nice spearhead through this left side. Now one thing to note about this map is that most of the capture points are actually in the center, but it's very easy to get funneled down these rivers, and you can see that's kind of what's happening here. Awokado, he needs to get across this bridge if he wants to make any ground into the main points of the map. Now at the moment the Pack 50mm just continuing to be pinned down. It's not actually spotted by anything right now, so it's not under fire. It's just going to sit there until it can fire again, because it will eventually recover its morale. IG-18 is going to get hit though by the T-34s as they advance. But one real nice thing about this Pack 40 up on the hill was it was managing to get some nice shots across to this road. So any tank that advances past this part of the tree line takes shots. And you can see also the Dozor squad here going to be getting hit, and this Panzerschreck still remaining hidden. Really, really nice. Ends up engaging the Tanko Desantniki as they actually get close enough. Going to try and cover that off with the Battlegroup Pioneer if I can. We get the MP44s and the MG42 on target, hoping to save the Panzerschreck from the fire of the T-34s, but wasn't quite quick enough. But now with the Pack 50mm firing away once again, we actually managed to get a gun jam onto one of the T-34-85s. It's very, very nice indeed. Battlegroup Pioneer going to have to get back into cover. T-34-76 going to be trying to get across the barbed wire on the left side. IG-18 engaging that for the time being with its heat shells. That was the last heat shell it's just fired though, so IG now pretty vulnerable to an attack from these T-34s. Pak 37mm though waiting in position to get a juicy shot into the T-34-76. You can see this is working exactly as planned as my Pak 37mm opens up with the ambushing shots onto the T-34. Get the driver kill, transmission damage, just constant criticals onto that T-34. And I've also now got the Marder engaging from the right side here, firing all the way through the swamp. T-34-76 eventually goes down and the Marder's going to continue to its original location, which is over on the right side. I was hoping to cover off this point from any advancing infantry. MG42s though, doing the job for the time being. Got plenty of those MG bunkers hanging about. Also actually got this Pak 37mm back here, which was actually a really nice place as it will cover both the left opening and right opening between the hill and these trees. But we're definitely being pushed hard here. Captain Feeney and Avocado concentrating on the same position. Battlegroup Pioneer though, really good at killing multiple infantry, and they're managing to get the better of the Gavaria DP at the moment. Whereas Svedka struggling to get much pinning done because they don't actually have their own machine guns. Whereas Svedka coming across Ersatztruppen in this engagement, you can see just don't really do too much. As Svedka squads, nice recon, but only really good for ambushing with their bazooka as opposed to engaging enemy infantry. But with that trench overrun, there is a bunch more infantry on the way down. The BA-64B has managed to get really far up with the Dozor squad. So we're actually struggling to hold this far left side. But thankfully, the only point that we actually need to defend on the left hand side is this bridge. Otherwise, it's all the way back here. So we've got plenty of time to react to this push. And it's not really having an impact on the overall defenses that we have here. Like, it's still going to take them a long time to break this area down if they want to get through to the main points, either on the main hill here or even further back. Now, on the hill, we do see the Ersatztruppen and Panzerschreck sitting in this bunker that I created. We've got a couple of barbed wire across the center just to cover things off, and an MG at the back to make sure that nothing can come up there. I do ping a defense beacon on the left side, get James to give me a bit of a hand here. Brought up a Marder on the left side. That's just going to try and take advantage of these T-34s that are currently trapped on the barbed wire. That strafing run from the Yak 1B though, pretty damn nice, as it does remove that accuracy from the Marder versus the T-34, and therefore I am going to take another shot there. That's going to gun jam the Marder 2. And with that gun jammed, well, it has no chance unless it gets out of line of sight of the T-34. But since it's falling back, nothing I can do. Yak 1B comes in, finds the strafing run, they finds the kill, and now this Marder 2 on the right side going to have to engage multiple T-34s on the main road. There we go, T-34-76. Going to miss that shot. Thankfully the T-34 does as well. Nice ammo explosion there, second shot hits the mark. I brought in a couple of IGs to help defend against all of this infantry that's swarming down the left side at the moment, but we're managing to maintain control over the main area still. The bunkers still ripping to shreds the Tanko Desaniki. Another Katyusha strike coming in onto the 50mm bunker is actually going to manage to take that out. Meanwhile, over the center here, two of these recon are actually going to bomb to death my Pak 40. So nice use of these U2s. I'm going to have to get my own air force up at some point. But with Avocado having two Yak 1B Normandies in the sky, not much I can do just yet. I'm going to have to wait till either these leave or just over-invest in air force myself. Maybe even bring in some anti-air, and then I can actually take care of these recon aircraft that are doing a fine job of just bombing random units they discover. We've got the Tiger E Fiora here that's going to help clean up some of that infantry. I've got a couple of Ersatz that's just going to be running forwards there. We do see that we've got a couple of T-34s moving down this left side, but we have managed to delay them quite a bit with that barbed wire. I'm just hoping that my Marder can kill that if it gets line of sight, and we do manage to gun jam the T-34-76 straight away, which is fantastic. Both of these IG-18s also able to engage with their heat rounds. Those aircraft still strafing though. You can see the IG-18 going to get strafed a lot. Marder now engaging the Comroti. And you two, let's come along. It's time for me to invest in an Air Force. Those Yak 1Bs have been strafing quite a bit, so I thought I'd push my luck here. Going to go for the hit onto that recon aircraft, get rid of that. Going to pull left onto the back of the Yak 1B Normandy. We shoot that down. Beautiful 2 kills. Now on to the last one. And we shoot that one down as well. We're going to get out of there before Captain Feeney arrives with his reinforcing aircraft. Really nice quick strike actually from the MU-109s. Killed 3 aircraft without losing one of our own. And made our opponents invest into more fighters that didn't really do too much. So, very nice indeed. And this Marder 2 has been forced to fall back for now. But this Marder 2 in a really nice position here. Does manage to get the bailout first shot onto the T-34-85. We also get the crew kill soon after. So, poor chaps were probably trying to get out of the tank, then got sniped off the top of it. But the whole idea that I had was to just get a bunch of Marders to this left side that could kill any T-34s that did try to overextend down here. But what we can see is that at the moment, only 4 points actually remain in control of our opponents. James has actually decided to push up quite a bit on the right side with his Tiger and a few Ersatztruppen. So we're doing a fantastic job of defending the objectives here. Our opponents did do a good job of pushing this side, like concentrating down here. But it's just not where the objectives are, and that was the main issue that they bumped into. Tiger Ifiora does finally go down to the tanks coming down the road here. See the MU-109s coming in to try and intercept the IL-2, but not quite there in time. Marder going to be continuing the engagements against the Guardia. We got the Marder 2 that tried to engage the T-34, does get hit and killed. Unfortunate. Now going to be moving back these Marders. I just want these to engage from range for the most part. The good thing about these self-propelled guns, like both the Marder and the Nashorn, they work best at long range with veterancy. So they get the accuracy boost that basically means they always win those long range engagements. Because things like T-34-85s, they've got a reasonable accuracy, but you can see that it's only 40 as opposed to the 55% of the Marder 2. So Marder 2 is like way more likely to hit those long range shots, and it has more than enough penetration to actually make that count. So definitely worth using the range. Now over on the right side I'm bringing in an SDK of Z71, and I've got the Flak 43 just bolstering this line. Again, these are the points that matter. As long as we don't let them get across the bridge down here, it's actually absolutely fine. Panzer 4J manages to find a kill onto the T-34, but there are still a bunch of T-34s here. You can see that AT gun does end up getting destroyed. MG42 bunker managing to do a lot of damage to these Guardia. Look at that go. The thing is, even if they get past this bunker, there's still the trench here that I can reinforce with more infantry. And I've also got the Begleit Pioneer hanging out with my Panzerschreck in the trench next to it, so still got a long way to go. Pack 40 going to be brought up just in case. If any of these tanks try to come down this road, they can get sniped from a distance now. We can also put the Pack 40 there since it can fire to the left-hand road. You can see these Marders, they're all going to start driving down the side of the river, getting themselves into a place where I can dictate the range of engagement. A couple of Sturmschützen coming in to just control the trees here, while the Pak 40s that I've brought in move forwards as well. A couple of Panzerschrecks coming in from James. One of them is going to get killed off before it unloads. But now with our AA set up, that Yak 1B is going to go down. We don't necessarily have to worry about those strafing runs anymore. These SDK Z72s are just so damn good, and the reason I brought it over to this right hand side is so that it's in range of the commander. Now, I think it's very important to make sure you use the commander's ability to give command to other units. Either use your commander by artillery or use it by anti-air, because that's 2-star veterancy you can give to multiple units. Over on this left side you can see the Pak 40 going to help engage these tanks. Meanwhile up here we're actually going to end up Panzerschrecking a couple of these T-34s as they move forwards. Bunch of planes coming in here. See the ME-109 is going to shoot down one of them, whilst the AA takes care of the others. And well, I was waiting to use these Marders to ambush the T-34-85, but my Pak 40 and this Panzerschreck just did absolute work. We just cut through them like a knife through butter. Look at them go. 1 wreck, 2 wreck. There's another wreck just here. And look at the carnage as we move up here. That's AT squad getting annihilated. There is a live T-34 there. We've got some infantry on the way. And as we continue up, you can see there's even more wrecks here. And we come round to the bridge, where once again more units that got destroyed as they pushed up. Just waiting here for the T-34 to come round. Panzerschreck smack bang in the face. T-34 goes down. Brilliant. So that bunker working out just as planned. Once again, the Yak 1B is going to be coming in. I can't really get too close to my ME-109 G6R6s though, because of all the AA cover we have, like in the center of the map. So I can really play to that if I'd like to. Unfortunately, a bit of a miss micro here does allow them to engage my ME-109 from without range of my AA, and I am going to end up losing that ME-109. And the Yak's just going to continue to cover the sky near their spawn. Yeah, I should have definitely just kept my ME-109s further to the right. You can see I've actually brought in a second SDK Z72 to join the first. And they're both by the Commandant, so they have 2-star veterancy, which makes them very, very powerful. Now with my Marders coming out to the left side, they're going to help engage the 45mm AT gun. But look at that, the Yak 1Bs, they're going to try and come forwards and help with the engagement here, but just gets melted out of the sky there by the flak filling. And the one on the left side taking shots from the flak 43 does manage to get away. So a solid defense that hasn't really struggled too much throughout the match so far. The MG42 bunkers here have been doing a fine job of ripping to shreds any infantry that tries to push forwards. We've also got the IG-18 that's using its HE shells to help with that engagement from range. We've still got the Pak 40 alive here, even though the AT bunker did get destroyed. We did lose the Pak 40 up on the hill to those recon aircraft earlier, but yeah, like I mentioned, most of the defenses are actually still intact, as we do see the T-34 go down on this left side. Panzerschreck squad managed to kill off the AT gun, and my Sturmschützen now pushing up through the light cover, engaging the Gewehr. Will be able to take them out nicely. Now we see them starting to push on the right side. So since they've put most of their effort into the left side for most of the game and we've ended up pushing them back, they thought it'd be a good idea to try the right side, which was definitely the right call. You got to get away from our entrenched position. We've been constantly reinforcing the left side, so it makes sense to go where maybe we'd be weak. These T-34s opening up now onto the defences here, but James does have these heavy tanks on the hill, and he can use them to engage the T-34-85s, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Look at this beautiful tank. It's got Overwatch. And get nice and easy kills onto these T-34s as they reveal themselves. I'm going to be bringing in my own reinforcements to this right side. Now you can see I'm bringing up a couple more Flak 43s just to prevent any Air Force from taking control of the right side, as we don't really have anything here to stop airstrikes from being effective right now. Pack 40 also zooming up the road, trying to get into a position to cover this bridge. Nice barbed wire placement though from James is going to make it difficult for our opponents to get across the bridge right now. But we are still taking control back on the left side. So the Sturmschützen, they take out the command unit. Marders are now sitting happily on this left side. Brought up some Sturmschützen to replace the Begleit Pioneers that were hanging out in that trench. I think my Begleit Pioneers completely ran out of ammunition whilst helping defend with the Panzerschreck. Once again, another Panzerschreck hits the mark. M2 does go down. And well, Sturmschützen, that's going to hit a Panzerfaust onto the next unit. And this Panzerschreck here started with 6 rockets, I think. It's got 4 kills with those 4 rockets. Really, really good job. So the Marder crew just moving from left to right here, just trying to get them into a position so that we can shoot down the road. Look at this. Yak 1B getting taken out of the sky by the SDKF Z71, and our defense is still rock solid here. Not long now till victory. We've got 12 minutes and 20 seconds left to hold against Captain Feeney and Avocado's push. The good thing is, since we're into Phase C, we do have 255 points per minute each on our side, whilst they're now down from 210 to 170 in Phase C. My AA plus James's AA here managing to stop the attack from the IL-2. My Pack 40 has managed to get into position. We're going to be engaging the T-34-85s as they come down that road. We've got some more units on the way here. You can see I'm actually bringing up another commander, the Befehlpanzer II-C. We've got the Stug 3 and the 2 Nashorns on the way. If I can get double Nashorn, 3-star Nashorns on this road, there's nothing that could come down here that could really stop that. Meanwhile, on the left side, Katyusha does come in and hit the Marder 2s. I do unfortunately lose one, but 2 of them survive, and that was actually pretty lucky considering, because these open top vehicles are pretty susceptible to that HE damage. But you can see I managed to take back this point quite dramatically now. I've got a few Sturmschützen squad into these trees. Trade a Stug 3 bailout shot onto the Su-85 for a gun jam. I'm quite happy with that. We don't lose our tank. His is out of action for the time being. Another Yak is going to go down on this right side, and well, there goes a second one, as the AA certainly coming into effect. These T-34s, they were kind of a problem, but James has plenty of Panzerschreck set up. He did a really good job of using these Panzerschrecks throughout the game. IL-2 going to try and use its rockets, but my ME-109 going to be happy to engage that. Don't manage to kill it with the aircraft, but the AA going to end up doing the job. We have our air superiority intact. And all of these points that they put into these aircraft are now absolutely useless. Another IL-2 coming in. Maybe they didn't have much else to spend the points on, but when he's trying to kill the Panzerschrecks with the IL-2s, you know he's in trouble. He's not even ended up finding those kills. I do find that these IL-2s aren't actually that effective at the moment. The ME-109 freely just going to kill off that IL-2 as it tries to escape. Now, Double Tiger on this road is going to be engaging the T-34-85s as they try and push up. My Pak-40 also able to help out that engagement in a bit. My Nashorn's nearly there as well. Panzer II getting into position so that it can boost the AA here, and also my AT. Yeah, this Pioneer Fiora making these Gepards on the Flak 88 3-star veterancy, so any Air Force that comes in can get obliterated. That's little Panzergruppe on the left side. We've got the Panther A, Tiger E, and Panther A Fiora just sitting there. Nothing really going to get past that at this point in the game. 8 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock as we continue to defend our position. I brought in a couple of Sturmschützen to reinforce James's infantry here. Any units, however, that do get caught in this are just getting wrecked. And now we can see that all of these T-34s have also been caught out and destroyed. Like nice ambushing movement from the Panther on top of the hill. This push just going completely up in flames. Yeah, that Panther G could probably get into a position to fire onto this road. But yeah, look at the amount of tanks here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T-34-85s and a T-34-76. So these are pretty high veterancy. They're actually getting the better of the Tiger E's at the moment. And the T-34-85 1944s have the 180mm of penetration on the APCR. So the Tigers are in trouble, but we do have the double Nashorn. And as long as I engage all of these T-34s one by one, we should be able to kill them off. Once again though, all of these tanks killed off, and well, it's more than likely that these T-34-85s are going to suffer the same fate, let's be honest. ME-109 G6R6 coming in for the run onto the IL-2. Does get taken down by the Focke-Wulf. My ME-109 now going to try and engage the Yak-9. I'm actually going to hit a triple Nebelwerfer strike onto these T-34-85s, and that's going to allow my Nashorns to move up and engage these T-34-85s without being shot back at, because the 25 armor of the Nashorn is just really, really terrible. So if you can force engagements like this, where you basically guarantee the advantage, it's perfect. I've actually got one of my Nashorns moving up with the quick hunt up the road. There we go, shot away, bail out, first shot, boom. Very, very nice. And the 50% accuracy really paying off there with the extra 3-star veterancy. On the left side, all is quiet, more or less. The Panther A did get crew killed here. I think there was like an AT gun that snuck into these trees. You can see them just shooting there, but James not really paying too much attention to that. Only 1 minute 45 left on the clock at this point, as the T-34-85s to continue to come forwards. You can see them just getting blown to smithereens in the distance there. Lovely stuff. That's another few T-34-85s burning in the distance. The defense still strong, and you can see I've even got the Nebelwerfers in position, and James is even bringing up more Vespers. It's just completely over now. I think Captain Feeney and Avocado did a great job of pushing on this left side, but unfortunately that's just not where the points are. And that's what cost them, because they put so much investment into this, and it's only 1 point at the end of the day. Trying to push on the other side was smart, but we had it covered by then, and I think they waited too late in the game potentially to actually do that. I mean, that's one is going to get transmission damage, and the other one gets crew panicked as we come up against these Su-85s and the T-34. But with 30 seconds left on the clock, not too much to worry about. Just gotta wait to be saved by the bell, and hope that the Nashorns stay alive in the time being. We've even managed to capture back this point on the left, actually, with the Sturmschützen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 4 seconds left. My Nebelwerfer's firing away, but not really going to end up hitting the mark as the game does end. And a major victory after the 29 minutes and 9 seconds. In terms of team stats, we did really, really well. 3,805 kills to 935 losses. Many of those T-34 85s and T-34 76s going down to our AT guns in this one. James also doing a fine job with the 5th Panzer. I think that maybe the Katyushas could have been used better. He did manage to kill off one of the 50mm bunkers with the Katyusha, but I think ideally the Katyushas need to be used in combination with a push, and it didn't seem like that was the case. They were just like, there was no real reason to kill the Pak 50 in the mid if you weren't actually going to push on it, and yeah, that basically meant that the Katyusha strike was more or less useless, even if it did, kill the bunker eventually with the second strike. But a lot of our points in this game did actually come from shooting down aircraft. We got our AA up quite early, and this 2-star SDKZ-71 shot down 3 Yak-1B Normandies. This Me-109G6 ended up killing off that recon aircraft, and then we took out a couple more Yak-9s after that and a couple of IL-2s. So really, really nice. The Sturmschützen killing multiple Gvardia. Probably killed quite a few of them before they even unloaded. And then the Pak 40 cleaning up 3 T-34s there is nice. Sturmschützen once again doing fantastically. And if you can catch out infantry whilst your Sturmschützen are kind of on the edge of the forest and these units are in the open, you can just rip them to shreds. And this Nashorn at the end managing to kill 4 more T-34s, and this one managed to pick up one of its own, so paying themselves off nicely. Overall, a very, really solid game. I think just in general, they needed to be a lot more aggressive with their tanks rather than using attack move, just fast move through the defenses for the most part. That is kind of half the reason that I have the Panzerschrecks in the trenches, though. It does make them have to rely on the infantry moving forwards to spot those Panzerschrecks in order to not allow the Panzerschrecks to ambush their tanks so easy. But yeah, overall, solid defense. With the 78 Sturm, these infantry divisions are really, really hard to break down. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.